What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're taking a look at the all-new 2024 Lotus Emira. This is a first edition with that V6 and 6-speed manual transmission. For the Emira in general, there's going to be a 4-cylinder Mercedes AMG derived engine available that'll have a dual clutch transmission. For the V6 you can either have an automatic or the 6-speed manual transmission. So taking the key, pressing this icon, we can pop open the rear. The key has lock, unlock, and then you can see the Lotus badge, and then on the side it says for the drivers. So really cool to see Lotus is still making sure this car is for the drivers. So underneath the hood of this particular car, you're gonna find that 3.5 liter supercharged 6-cylinder, has 400 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Compared to the 6-speed manual, this car weighs in around 3,200 pounds, runs on a 13.8 gallon fuel tank, and you can even expect 16 miles per gallon in the city with 24 out on the highway. 0 to 60 is about 4.2 seconds, quarter mile time 12.7 at 111 miles an hour, and it'll top out around 180 miles per hour. Now you also have the trunk back here. We have the window sticker. This one's about $98,000, and then you can see quite a lot of storage. We have the battery in here as well, so pretty useful car, honestly. If we take a look at the overall styling for a sub $100,000 car, this thing looks amazing. You have a gorgeous set of LED headlights. You tap any of the buttons on the key, you can see them lighting up. Nice gray housings. It even says Emira in them. So super sharp styling. Down below, you're gonna see all this gloss black with a lot of mesh to provide maximum cooling to all the radiators. There's parking sensors up here as well. Really sharp front splitter along with the black color. And then I love the Lotus badge right front and center with these boomerang shapes. So there's a lot of airflow about this car. The air goes right through it, and it will even come through these shapes just to improve efficiency and downforce. Gorgeous styling. I don't think there is a bad angle on the new Lotus Emira. At the side, you're gonna get a really cool set of two-tone wheels. You have the 4-piston yellow brake calipers, drilled and ventilated rotors, and then you can see we have the nice Goodyear tires. Super sharp body lines throughout the side profile, and then gloss black down below. And I love how this is all fluidly sculpted to let air go right into that vent. We have power folding side mirrors, integrated turn signal, and with the blackout package, it blacks out the whole roof line, just giving it that sweet two-tone design. Side profile is gorgeous, as you'd expect. Really no bad angle on this car. And then you can see the First Edition badge right here. The gloss black fades right into all the glass. You have more vents back here. This is a really cool design. Super wide rear fenders, and in back, I love the taillights. They have a really sweet look to them. 3-dimensional, blacked out Lotus logo. A lot of sculpture throughout the bumper as well. And then massive vents right here. Huge rear diffuser with more parking sensors and a backup camera, and a nice design for the dual exhaust. Seriously, there's no bad angle. One heck of a sports car. Moving to the interior now, the door handles are integrated nicely. Just kind of pop them open, and we have the leather interior. So you're gonna see the smooth black leather on the door with this brown color. Grab handle, all of your controls, release handle, a nice aluminum mesh for the speaker, memory seating even, and then storage down below. It says Emira on the door sill, and then you can see all of your power controls for these seats. So being the manual, of course, we have those 3 pedals and the exposed shift linkage with a little bit of storage. Gorgeous seats though, with the bolsters, stitching, the black stripe on them. Nice design with Lotus written out on it. And there's no more 2+2, so the Evora had back seats in here, which were optional. This is just a nice storage shelf, which is pretty roomy, as you can see with my camera bag in here. Pretty useful. And then we have a gorgeous 3-spoke steering wheel with a flat bottom design. You have more of this aluminum color and the badge. Hopping inside, you can see interior dimming, the trunk release, and the electronic parking brake. And then now inside, keeping my foot on the clutch, open this up, fired up. Nice startup, got a few little chimes that'll turn on. Gorgeous design on the steering wheel. You have some Bluetooth and audio controls throughout it. You have cruise control settings on the left, and then on the right side, you can actually control what you see in the center. So I can scroll left and right through a few different menus, scrolling up and down as well. You can see navigation, and then a few more things are gonna all pop up. So nice to see you have more modern things on the screen, not crazy configurable, but you have everything you're gonna need, nothing more, nothing less. For your drive modes, that's gonna be right here. You can toggle this up and down. Right now we're in tour mode. If we go down into sport, it sharpens up a few items, gets a little bit more red accents. And then if I go down into the track mode, you can see the yellow turn on, and now we have a larger gauge cluster. Super snappy throttle response. That is really cool to see. Going back into touring mode, you have some more of this two-tone leather across the dashboard. Beautiful design. We have the First Edition logo, the two-tone along there. So this is Lotus's own infotainment. It is really nice. Super snappy touchscreen. I mean, you wouldn't think this is just a small company. This is really nicely designed. Climate control is very easy with everything. I like the race car driver. You have your home icon as well. All of your apps will pop up. You can see navigation, Bluetooth audio, of course, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Toggling that, you have a few more things. Then if we go into reverse, you have a nice backup camera along with your guidelines and things like that. Down below, we do have physical climate controls. You have your temperature that will pop up. You also have your fan speed, different zones and everything. So I like how you don't always have to use the touch screen, so it's pretty cool to see that. There is storage down below. Nice aluminum trim surrounding all of this with more of the leather, cup holders in the center, and a little armrest with storage down below. Over here, press that button and you have a pretty large glove box. Air vents and everything. You can see a little bit of the space, part of the engine back there, Alcantara headliner, dome lights, frameless mirror with garage door buttons, and there's a USB port located right here for a radar detector. Nice sun visor as well, and honestly, not a bad place to be. With that said, let's go for a spin. All right, so setting off now in the Lotus Emira. We're in the sport mode right now, and using the manual. I like there's no rev matching in this car, so you still have to work hard to drive this car. On top of that, this has hydraulic power steering. I love the smooth power delivery. With the supercharged 6-cylinder motor, it is so seamless with the power. It just pulls really, really well. Easy to rev match, and with it in the sport mode too, you can hear some gurgles on the overrun of the engine, which is a pretty cool touch. Visibility and everything is also pretty decent. You can see the front corners of your right shoulder, a little tight, but you know, it's a mid-engine car. It's kind of what you would expect. Left shoulder, not too bad. It feels really nice in this car. It definitely feels premium, and the handling. This car is built for the turns. It loves getting thrown around. The steering is amazing. I mean, this thing just hunkers down. This is really fun to just drive. I love the 6-speed manual. It's tight feeling, a lot shorter throw than the Evora ever had, and it's very direct. Like, you just gotta click it kind of into gear. It feels really satisfying when you get a good gear change. And it's pretty close to the steering wheel to where it's like easy to make your shifts. It's really easy to drive this. And you can tell this car is all about the driver. It is very driver focused and really nice. The clutch pedal has some weight to it. So once again, there's feedback to this car. You have to work for it. You have to earn it to drive it well. Seating position is also pretty comfortable. It is a nice place to be within the drive modes. So basically it's going to adjust the powertrain a little bit, making the car a little bit less touchy, and then traction control. So the suspension you order when you buy this car is how it comes. If you get the touring spec or the sport spec, you know, that is what it is. This one's a touring. It feels really comfortable in here. You can still feel the bumps. I mean, this is still a sports car at the end of the day, to where, I mean, this car is about hitting the track, hitting the mountains, and stuff like that. I love the sounds too. And those brakes work really well when you need to come down to a standstill. As far as maneuvering the car around, the turning radius is incredibly tight. So it's an easy car that you can just drive around and actually use like your daily. This could be a car you're gonna buy and pretty much drive it all the time. And then if we go back into sport mode, I mean, this is just a joy to row through the gears and everything. It truly is just fun and fun. I mean, this is the car you're smiling when you're in it. It also just feels roomy. It feels like a nice car. It doesn't feel like you're sacrificing much to get what you want out of a Lotus. So I really like that aspect. I mean, it's just a cool car to be in. Use of materials is also pretty nice in here. And I feel like this really still is a driver's car. It weighs not a lot. It's light on its toes. The brakes, the handling, the steering, all the things that translate into a driver's car are alive in this car for sure. And you have to work it. I like how it's not an easy car in the sense. It's a doable car. Obviously, it's not like it's hard to drive, but it is a car that you gotta earn it. You gotta drive it and control it. The pedal box is a little on the tight side, so it still feels like a Lotus, you know, that small car, but it's not so tight and confined to where you can't just feel comfortable in it. You could do long trips in this and you're not gonna have an issue. So it's a really good blend of, it is a hunkered down British hand-built sports car, but also very livable. So easy to rev match. And it is just a blast taking these turns. Steering is so direct. Man, Lotus Emira, this is definitely a sweet car.